2025 is the year of the snake, and with it comes an event where we have boosted shiny-ons on shiny Ekans. Yeah. That's about it. Just kidding though, there is plenty of other things going down during the Lunar New Year event 2025. So today we're talking about it, all the tips you need to know, pretty much your full guide to this event. Let's get into it. So this event is Wednesday, January 29th, 10 a.m. to Sunday, February 2nd, 8 p.m. your local time. Bonus to your event, we're going to have an increased chance of lucky Pokemon in trades. So normally it's 5% chance, usually goes to like a 10% during an event like this based on past events, and an increased chance to become lucky friends with any of your best friends. So when you interact with them, there'll be a higher odds you hit lucky friends. We'll have exclusive wild spawns during the event with Ekans, which is shiny boosted, Onyx, Dunsparce, Snivy, Darumaka, and rare spawns for Gyarados and Dratini. 2 kilometer eggs during the event hatching Makuhita, Nosepass, which is shiny boosted from the eggs, Meditite, Duskull, and Skorupi. We'll have exclusive event showcases for some of the wild spawns during the event. As far as raids go, not sure what the 1s and 3 stars will be, but the 5-star raids will be the altered form of Dialga and Mega Medicham in Mega Raids. As far as Dynamax bosses, the tier 1 will be Bulbasaur and Grookey, tier 3 will be Cryogonal, and tier 5s will be Zapdos. We also have an event in this event, the Gigantamax Kingler Max Battle Day, going down February 1st from 2 to 5 p.m. local time. This event, of course, will introduce Gigantamax Kingler in max battles throughout the whole day. Also during the event, the max particle collection limit will be increased to 1,600, which means you can do 2 free Gigantamax battles. Gigantamax Kinglers will be at every single power stop, and they will be refreshing every 30 minutes. You also get 8 times the amount of max particles from power stops, so 800 per power stop. There'll also be bonuses available from 12 to 5 p.m. with 2 times max particles from exploring, so you get 600 instead of 300, and quarter adventuring distance to collect max particles, so every 0.5 kilometers you can collect those particles. There'll also be a $5 USD ticket you can buy in the shop, giving you access to the bonus of a max particle collection limit of 5,600, which means you can do 8 max battles, and 2 times XP from completing max battles, so 50,000 XP per max battle. This will also give you access to a timed research, which will give you access to 1 max mushroom and 25,000 XP. And if you do want to save some money, you can buy this ticket in the web store for $5 USD. This is a really good value ticket because the web shop sells 4,800 max particles for $5 USD. However, this ticket will give you a whole 2 more Gigantamax battles worth of max particles. You're saving pretty much $3 from buying this ticket. It's a decent value if you plan on playing. In terms of field research, we'll have the task catch 12 Pokemon for Voltorb, Magikarp, Dratini, or Darumaka encounter, catch 6 Pokemon while following routes for 1,200 Stardust, or explore 2 kilometers for 600 Stardust. There'll also be a daily field research task getting you 5 Pokecoins every single day during the event, so you definitely want to log in every day to make sure you get those free coins. These tasks will include the possibility of catch 3 Pokemon, spin 3 Pokestops, power Pokemon 3 times, transfer 10 Pokemon, send a gift to a friend, or catch 25 Pokemon. There'll also be the Year of the Snake timed research getting you a total of 10 Zygarde cells. The tasks will be on screen. Definitely go ahead and complete this, especially in preparation for shiny Zygarde if you already have the complete form. Finally, a $2 USD premium paid timed research you can go ahead and buy, getting you extra Okay, what are the best wild spawns to catch during the event? And you might think there's not a lot of good ones, but there actually are. First of all, we have Onyx, which can evolve into Steelix. Steelix does have a Mega Form in Pokemon Go. It's going to be ranked number 14 in the Great League with the rank 1 IVs of 0, 14, 15, ranked 4 in the Ultra League with the rank 1 IVs of 2, 15, 15, and it is a shiny boosted Pokemon, a 1 in 64 chance Pokemon if you need that shiny. We have Dunsparce, which in the Great League is ranked number 12 with the rank 1 IVs of 0, 14, 12. It also does have an evolution, not in Pokemon Go yet, Dunsparce. Great to save candies for it because there is the 2 segment and the 3 segment forms of Dunsparce, so you're gonna need a lot of candies to try to evolve to potentially get the form you want. Dunsparce rank 1 IVs, by the way, for the Great League will be a 0, 15, 7, and for the Ultra League a 0, 15, 14 if you want to save any of those in preparation for that Pokemon. We have Snivy, which can evolve into Superior, which is going to be an amazing Great League Pokemon. It's going to be ranked 55 in the Great League with the rank 1 IVs of 0, 10, 15, and is an amazing play Pokemon as well. It's seeing a 12.5 representation in the latest Pokemon Go tournament in Birmingham. Next up, Darumaka, which evolves into Darmanitan. It's going to be ranked number 24 as a fire type attacker. However, its shadow form will be ranked number 7. So great to grind candies for that Pokemon. We have Gyarados, which is one of the rare wild spawns, which first of all, it's actually going to give you more Magikarp candies than normal when you catch it with 5 per Gyarados catch. Shadow Gyarados is also ranked number 29 in the Master League, and regular Gyarados ranked number 36. By the way, the rank 1 IVs is going to be the 15, 15, 15 hundo. Also, Gyarados does have a Mega Form in Pokemon Pokemon Go, a great opportunity to grind that. Also, Mega Gyarados is an amazing Mega Master League Pokemon. The Mega Master League is actually returning February 25th to March 4th, so a great chance to get ready for that. Mega Gyarados, by the way, ranked 13 as a Water type attacker and 18 as a Dark type attacker. Finally, Dratini, which you can evolve into Dragonite. Dragonite is the ranked 20 Dragon type attacker in Pokemon Go, and number 9 as a Shadow attacker in Pokemon Go. Regular Dragonite is also ranked 126 in the Great League, 139 in the Ultra League, and 17 in the Master League. The rank 1 IVs for the Great League are going to be 3, 15, 14, and for the Ultra League, 0, 13, 15. Regular Dragonair as well is ranked 116 in the Great League. That Pokemon can see some play there as well, with the rank 1 IVs of 1, 15, 15. So overall, a lot of amazing wild spawns, but it doesn't stop there. Let's talk about the raids. First of all, altered form of Dialga in raids. A great opportunity for number 1 to grind candies for Roar of Time, which is the origin form of Dialga's adventure effect. Very useful. It freezes your daily adventure instants and lucky eggs and star pieces. It's also ranked number 21 as the Dragon type attacker and number 6 as the Steel type attacker. It's gonna be ranked number 42 in the Master League, so overall very meta relevant. Dialga, by the way, is weak to fighting and ground type Pokemon with the 100% IVs from raids of 2,307 non-weather boosted and 2,884 weather boosted in snowy and windy weather. The best megas to take down Dialga are going to be Mega Lucario, Primal Groudon, Mega Garchomp, Mega Heracross, Mega Blaziken, Mega Gallade, and Mega Swampert. Shadow counters of Shadow Groudon, Shadow Excadrill, Shadow Conkeldurr, Shadow Machamp, Shadow Garchomp, Shadow Ursaluna, and Shadow Hariyama. And for regular counters, Lucario, Terrakion, Landorus Therian, Keldeo, Conkeldurr, and Excadrill. Dialga, by the way, can be duoed with the top counters. How to recommend partying up with your friends to do more damage. Don't sleep on Dialga. Mega Medicham in raids, by the way, you can avoid it unless you need it for the Mega Dex. It's not useful. Let's talk about egg hatches. What are the best egg hatches, and are they actually worth going after the 2-kilometer eggs? Remember, the 2-kilometer eggs you do need to get from spinning Pokestops, and your old 2-kilometer eggs will not turn into these event eggs. Now, really, these eggs are only really good for grinding candies for these Pokemon because you do get a good amount of candy when you hatch eggs. If you end up hatching a Duskull, you can get a Dusknoir, which is ranked 101 in the Great League and 21 in the Ultra League, and the Skorupi, which evolves into Drapion, which is ranked 81 in the Great League and 12 in the Ultra League, and is a very popular Pokemon in the Play Pokemon regionals. Shadow Drapion saw an 87.5% representation at that tournament, so a powerful meta Pokemon. However, all these Pokemon from eggs are going to have an IV floor of 10, 10, 10, so you have to trade them to re-roll them for better IVs if you want to be optimal in PvP. Let's move on to max battles. What are the best max battles to go after? First of all, Dynamax, Bulbasaur, and Grookey, both good grass type Dynamax attackers if you're just starting off, and Gigantamax Kingler Max Battle Day, which was announced to be happening on February 1st. This is a great opportunity to get attackers for that. These max battles will cost 250 max particles each, and the 100% IV for a Dynamax Bulbasaur is 637, and Grookey is 620. Moving on to the tier 3 Cryogonal. It's a difficult solo, so you're going to need 2 people to take it down, but it is one of the few ice type Dynamax Pokemon we have to counter Dynamax Zapdos. You can obviously use Articuno, but this is a good opportunity for anyone who doesn't have that power to take that down. The 100% IV for a Dynamax Cryogonal is going to be 1598. Finally, we have the Dynamax Zapdos, the legendary Dynamax Pokemon right now. These battles will cost 800 max particles to go ahead and take on, and you can only do it with up to 4 trainers. This is going to be a tier 5 Dynamax battle, meaning you're going to need your strongest Dynamax Pokemon. It's going to be weak to Ice and Rock type. Its 100% IV will be 2015, and I recommend the counters of Gigantamax Lapras, Gigantamax Toxtricity, Gigantamax Venusaur, Dynamax Excadrill, Dynamax Cryogonal, Dynamax Articuno, Dynamax Venusaur, or Dynamax Rillaboom. As a Dynamax attacker, this will be one of the top electric type attackers, ideal for Dynamax Moltres and Gigantamax Kingler on February 1st. As a raid attacker, by the way, Zapdos is ranked number 14, so you can kind of use that Pokemon as a dual on Tundra. However, you do need to elite fast TM it on Thundershock for it to be optimal. Okay, me talking about all this stuff, none of these Pokemon are useful without candy, so how do we efficiently grind candy during the event? You can use Pineapple Berries to multiply your catch candy by 2 and Silvers by 2.33. You can Mega Evolve a Pokemon, which during this event, I highly recommend Mega Evolving a Mega Rayquaza. That will get you more candies for Dynamax Zapdos, Dialga, and Dratini, which are like the 3 main Pokemon in terms of meta relevance that we really want to grind candies for. But remember, every time you Mega Evolve a Pokemon, you will get more candies, XP, and XL candies for catching Pokemon of that type. You can trade. Every time you trade away a Pokemon, you're going to get 1 regular candy and a 10% chance of XL candy. If the distance between those 2 Pokemon is over 10 kilometers, you'll get 2 regular candies and a 25% chance of getting XL candy. And if it is over 100-kilometer distance between those Pokemon being traded, you'll get 3 candies and a guaranteed XL candy. Not only that, it's really good to reroll IVs to try to get PvP IVs on some of your Pokemon when you trade. So I highly recommend you go ahead and trade Pokemon away during the event, things like Dratini and Gyarados, if you want to grind more candies. Finally, go ahead and transfer Pokemon, which the 2 times transfer a candy event for January has passed, so we're gonna have to wait till February. I will update you here on the channel when that is, so you can mark it in your calendars. Now let's talk about some tips for Gigantamax Kingler raid day. And let's start off by saying, is it actually worth playing? Well, Kingler is going to be a pure water type Pokemon with a base attack of 240, stamina of 146, and defense of 181 with a max CP at level 50 of 3,198. It's going to be weak to grass and electric type, and it's a glass cannon style of Pokemon, so very, very frail. It's the number 15 overall water type attacker in Pokemon Go, but we want it for its Gigantamax form, which does have an exclusive move, Foam Burst, a water type Gmax move. Now, compared to Gigantamax Blastoise, Kingler is going to be much better as a water type attacker, so definitely worth using if you're into Dynamax battles and Gigantamax battles. However, when we do get Gigantamax Inteleon and Gigantamax Urshifu Rapid Strike style, it will most likely get outclassed, so it is kind of a temporary good water type attacker. As far as the best Pokemon to take down Kingler, we have, of course, two roles. We have the tank role to build your Dynamax meter, and then we also have the attacking role to use your max moves. Good Pokemon that fit into the tank role is going to be something like a Blastoise with Bite, a Gigantamax Lapras with Water Gun. Remember, your tank roles can also be used as healers, so make sure you unlock Max Spirit to heal some of your Pokemon. You also have the option to use Max Guard if you want to get the Gigantamax Pokemon to focus on you and have a little bit of extra bulk behind those shields. In terms of an attacker role, which you'll switch into once you Dynamax, you can use Gigantamax Venusaur, Gigantamax Toxtricity, which will probably be the two best options because their Gmax moves do more than Dmax moves. But if you don't have any of that, you can use the Dynamax Pokemon of Zapdos, Rillaboom, Venusaur, or Toxtricity. Overall, good choices of attackers, but again, if you have the Gigantamaxes, they're better than the Dynamaxes. Now, in terms of people it takes to take this down, around 10 to 40 trainers, but you should be able to do it with 20 trainers, no problem. And you can always use a Max Mushroom, which will double all your damage if you're a little bit concerned if you're going to be able to take it down. However, they do cost money. Kingler also has a very low defense stat, so it's going to be a lot easier than the Gigantamax Lapras if you played that day. Highly recommend as well that any of the Dynamax or Gigantamax Pokemon you're using, you have their max moves unlocked and at least powered up to level 2. That's really going to help your damage output. Okay, let's talk about some tips now that we know how to take it down. Number 1, I highly recommend you Mega Evolve a water type Mega because that will give you more Krabby candy and Krabby XL candy as well as XP when catching the Kinglers. The options for Mega you can Mega Evolve are going to be Mega Blastoise, Mega Slowbro, Mega Gyarados, Mega Swampert, or Primal Kyogre. Also remember, you can always re-lobby if the Gigantamax Kingler has a moveset that's hard to take down. The possible charge moves Kingler can use are Crab Hammer, Razor Shell, Water Pulse, Vice Grip, and X Scissor, and the best moveset is most likely going to be Water Pulse, Razor Shell, and Vice Grip. If it has Crab Hammer hits really, really hard, so I highly recommend if you're struggling to everybody back out, hop back in and hope that Kingler doesn't have Crab Hammer because that is a hard-hitting move. Also, remember to use Lucky Eggs and Star Pieces if you are playing this event because with a Lucky Egg, you're going to be getting 50,000 XP, and if you have the ticket, 100,000 XP per Gigantamax you take down. That's huge gains. As well as 2,500 Stardust every time you take down a Gmax. With a Star Piece, that's 37,500 Stardust. You can also spend 200 coins to double this even further, so you could be getting up to 75,000 Stardust as well as 200,000 XP every time you take down a raid if you end up using a Star Piece, a Lucky Egg, and buying the ticket. If you don't have a lot of Lucky Eggs and Star Pieces, remember to party up with your friends and share items. Once you party up with 4 of your friends, if one of you guys uses a Star Piece or a Lucky Egg, everybody in that party will get access to it for 15 minutes. So if you have 4 people, that's technically 1 hour of Lucky Egg if somebody uses it versus the 30 minutes you would get if you used it by yourself. Highly recommend you party up with your friends, especially if you guys all plan on using Lucky Eggs and Star Pieces. Also remember to prep your party ahead of time and save it in the battle menu, and also save 1,000 max particles the day before. Unless you're planning on taking down Dynamax Zapdos battles, you can go ahead and max out your max particle storage the day before. This will give you access to 1 extra free Gigantamax Kingler battle. If you're playing this event for free, there is an optimization strategy you can follow. The best strategy is going to be to collect your 600 max particles from walking and then collect the max particles from the power stop. This will give us access to 1,400 max particles. Then once you have those 1,400, you can go ahead and hit another power stop for another 800, giving you a total of 2,200 max particles, which is over technically the collection limit. There's a strategy on the order that you claim them, so make sure you're just claiming it in the order in which you don't hit that soft cap, but you get as close as you can so you can then hit that max particles. Also, by the way, the bonus of the 600 max particles is actually going to stay once you've hit it. So if you walk 0.5 kilometers and you end up not being able to claim it, the next day you can actually end up claiming these 600 max particles and then use those on Zapdos or even save them for Dynamax Moltres. So I highly recommend you walk a lot during this event and make sure you fully maximize your particles. Finally, remember to use Campfire. Look for any local meetups if you're struggling to take these things down. There's a lot of events going on Campfire where people will do meetups where people can meet up, take down Gigantamax Kingler together because you're going to need people to play this event. Okay, let's talk about medal tips. You need 35 platinum medals to go from level 48 to 49 in Pokemon Go. Which one should we be working on during the event? First of all, we have the type medals here at the bottom. Any of these you haven't completed, I don't know, if you raid Dialgas, you can work on your Dragon Tamer medal. If you catch Stratinis as well, work on all these type medals. They actually also make it easier to catch that type of Pokemon, as you can see by the +4 type bonus. eggs. If you want to grind the 2-kilometer eggs, you can work on your breeder metal, hatch 2,500 eggs. They are the easiest, quickest eggs to hatch, especially if you're using super incubators. And there are some Pokemon in there that have shiny boost during the event. Obviously, Dialga is in raids, so you can work on your Win 2000 legendary raids if you want to grind out those Dialga raids, which I highly recommend you do for those candies. And this goes along with the raid battle trainer achievement screen. If you end up doing those raids, you will obviously get points towards this medal if you make it onto the leaderboards. We have exclusive showcases during the event, so try your best to win them. For the showcase star medal, win 100 Pokestop showcases. Again, always drop into the showcases outside of the busy areas. Those will be easier to win. Finally, let's talk about some miscellaneous tips that don't really fit into a category that you should definitely be following during this event. First of all, if you cannot do raids, you can always get the current legendary from rank 20 in PvP. If you are ranked 20 in PvP and you get an encounter, there's a chance you'll encounter a Dialga during this event. So if you have no one to do raids with, I highly recommend you follow the PvP and do your sets every day. Also, if you want to be the most efficient in grinding candies, XL candies, Stardust, and XP, I highly recommend you activate Palkia Spatial Rend ability during the event and use the quick catch technique. This is what the top players in the world do to catch efficiently over 600 Pokemon an hour. I'll link below a video on how to do the quick catch technique if you don't know it, but activate Spatial Rend. That will double the spawn radius so you can see more spawns and you can catch quicker with the quick catch. Also, download all assets if you haven't in the advanced settings. This will download all the assets to your phone, so it's not pulling it off the internet when you're playing Pokemon Go. It makes for a much smoother gameplay experience, and you can also turn on native refresh rate if you want to have a much smoother gameplay experience as well, as it'll use your built-in phone FPS. Also, we do have research during the event to get us Zygarde cells. So I highly recommend every day, if you don't know, you can get 3 Zygarde cells from completing routes. Highly recommend you do that. I highly recommend as well you choose a short route near you if you can find one, as that'll allow you to complete the free time research as quick as possible. And when you do finish a route, you can see Mateo at the end, which I highly recommend you exchange a gift with Mateo, because not only will this work on your Vivillon medal by pinning the gift that Mateo gives you, but you can also get exclusive 7-kilometer eggs from Mateo, which can hatch some pretty rare Pokemon. There also is a new Reddit tip people are talking about, which if you do a route while having daily adventure instance active, you can actually get more spawns and be more efficient. So I highly recommend you follow a route while using your daily adventure instance, as it will increase your chance of encountering a Galarian bird. Finally, feel free to make certain Pokemons your buddies if you want to evolve them during the event, including Galarian Slowpoke to evolve into Galarian Slowbro. Ekans is in the wild, which is a poison type. If you're going to use your daily adventure incense, you can make your buddy a Spritzy, which requires you to use an incense while it's your buddy to evolve it. Onyx, Gyarados, and Dratini are also all excellent throws, so if you need to evolve a Galarian Farfetch'd, I would set that Pokemon as your buddy. You can land easy excellent throws on those wild spawns. Finally, if you are following routes, you can earn a buddy heart if you do end up completing a route. So Floette into Florges requires you to make it your buddy and earn 20 hearts with it. If you learned something in this video, you will learn something from the video below. Good luck during this event, guys, and follow for more tips. Peace.